So in my hands, I have the most requested club review on my channel so far this year. Now you may be expecting that I'm going to pull out a Titleist or a Mizuno. No, this is an Inesis. So a few months ago, I reviewed the Inesis 500 irons, which were a hollow-headed construction, big club head, aimed at higher handicappers, and I really enjoyed the experience of actually using them. I enjoyed even more the price of them. And also the unexpected surprise that these irons came from Decathlon, which is a multi-billion-dollar big sports thing. It's a, what would you call it? A sports superstore? It's a sports superstore, but they've gone into the golf club market. And when I did the 500 irons, so many comments, so many messages flooded in saying you've got to try the 900 irons. And that is what these are. As you can see, I've only just got them through. Literally taking the wrapping off. And basically, from what I've seen in pictures, they're the same shape of iron pretty much, with a weird notch out the neck, and we'll talk about this, but they're also forged. So what we're going to do here, we're going to play the back nine of Reddish Vale Golf Club irons only vlog. I've got from the 4-iron down to the wedge, and this is a combo set, which we'll get into shortly. So if you've not checked out the previous video, please do here. The design of these irons is quite unique. The look of them is pretty extraordinary. And on the 500s, because the iron head was so big, it looked, I'm not going to say okay, but it didn't look really weird. These are a smaller headed construction, they're a little bit more chromed up, and they look very odd. However, as with good food, it's all in the tasting, or in this case, all in the hitting. Playing off the yellows to give myself a chance, 333 yards. I'm going to hit a 4-iron, which is also 22 degrees. It's got the degrees stamped on the bottom of the club, which is useful. Whoa. That absolutely flew. But he flew like a fairway would. Listen, I kind of went through this a little bit with the 500 review, but if that's how they feel and perform, then, I mean, listen, I'm in an exceptionally lucky position where I get to, you know, try out lots of new clubs, but actually getting clubs to a course where they're like this wrapped. Hang on, I've got a 3-iron as well. I've got a 3-iron as well. Come on. So this pitching wedge is 44 degrees, but this is also a key point of the 900 clubs. So these are a split set. So the pitching wedge to the 8-iron, they're a solid headed construction with multi-material construction as well, and with this forged face. And then when it gets to the 7-iron and above, it's a hollow headed construction, so more like the 500 irons. And maybe that's why I saw that 4-iron just fly. Right, oh, right. Well, this seems very upright, very upright. Oh, oh, that's annoying. I just took a massive kick left. I'm sure it fed in that way. What we're going to be doing in this video as well, we're going to be jumping from the golf course back to the studio, so I get some data on these irons as well. Just got a standard NS Pro stiff shaft, and as mentioned, they just look so upright. Looks quite weird. Oh, that's good. Yeah, much better. Greens here at Reddish at the moment are looking lovely. Right, 3-iron. So you'll notice here, like in quite a few modern clubs, you've got this toe screw. Now, whenever anything's got a toe screw in, you can rest assured that it's generally a hollow-headed construction. Now, this 3-iron's at 19 degrees. With that hollow-headed construction, I am expecting a flying machine once more. This toe cut in these irons, it's still there, but it's not as pronounced, and it actually blends into the club face quite well because the face is a little bit more chromed up. I'm not saying I like the look of them, but they're not quite as offensive as I would expect it. Good, isn't it? It's good distance as well. Need to be positive again. I'm doing that drippy thing. 189, I think it's probably just an easy 7-iron once I've got it unwrapped. One of the very best things about the Inesis clubs from last time was the price. Like, I was surprised at how cheap they were. I've not managed to not look at the prices of these. When we go back to the studio after this haul, I'll explain a little bit about how you can actually get hold of Inesis clubs, because there's no like real fitting service or anything, which, if I'm being honest with you, like for a higher handicap golfer, those beginner set of clubs, that wasn't the end of the world. But if you're aiming at better players who might be a little bit more dialed into their game, like offering a little bit more of a complete fitting service might be necessary. Anyway, 32 degree 7-iron. Oh, go on, be the club. Get in the hole. Seriously, what is going on? Wow, get it back to level. Don't need to when you're as confident as me with the putter. Back to the studio. So Inesis clubs are direct to consumer through Decathlon stores and nowhere else. So you go into a Decathlon, you look at their fitting chart and you kind of fit yourself, but it's basically what level of golfer you are, what length of club that you want, and then also now a choice of different irons as well. So for a higher handicap or a lower handicap, which these 900 combo sets are aimed at. So these Inesis 500 irons, I tested them up against the Ping G425 and the performance was very similar. I actually preferred the feel of the Inesis, but the biggest shock for me was the price. So the Inesis 500s are £349 for a set from 5 to pitching wedge. Now the reason that was so surprising, it was literally half the price of the Pings. So the Inesis 900 are £649. So that's quite a marked increase from the 500s. Now I always compare any forged iron to my current iron, so the Mizuno MP20. And to get those clubs from 5 to pitching wedge currently on a UK website is £899. So again, they are more expensive than the Inesis 900s, but not quite as big a gap between the Inesis 500s and the Pings. But I'm going to be testing the 6-iron, so the same iron that I was sitting with the 500s and the Ping G425. Now I don't know why I mentioned this on the course, these irons do look a little bit more upright. So I would expect them, that was my first swing since getting back off the course. I mean, oh, not this again. So that was my first swing off the course, and he's found the right edge of the green, and well, I think you can see by yourself the swing wasn't exactly what I wanted it to be. Oh, that was a strike. That was a great strike. Are we back? There's no doubt in my mind that these do feel better than the Inesis 500 irons. But they still do have that same kind of tinny, pingy kind of shot. That was just a terrible swing again. But the 8-iron, the 9-iron and the wedge do feel a little bit more solid, do feel like a little bit more of a, I'm not going to say blade, but more of a solid constructed iron. Now, obviously these aren't fit for me, but when I look down at this iron, the offset just seems a little bit more extreme. Let me just try and stand a little bit more upright. So this is something I was doing on the course. Yeah, that was better. So I've got a feel with these irons that I'm quite upright and also that I'm playing quite a substantial fade. Now I'm probably speaking for the majority of better players when I say I don't like to settle to a ball and feel like it's going to go left. It's not a great feeling for a right-hander. But maybe these in a slightly flatter lie angle would be decent. I mean, in all fairness, when I'm striking them out the middle, I mean that, oh, look at that. I think I found my way to hit these shots. So let's have a look through some of the data. Ball speed 128.8 on average, carry distance up at 191, backspin pretty low really for a 6-iron, 4,800, and the lofts on these irons are the same as the Inesis 500. I've got to be honest, I mean, in so many ways, the 900 is just very simply a refined version of the 900. There's less offset, the finish is very different with the chrome versus the brushed steel effect, I suppose you'd call it. The toe cutout isn't as pronounced. One of the biggest differences, I have to say, is the feel. So you're going to be paying almost double the price for a golf club that feels a lot better. So whatever the forging process is that this has gone through, I have to say it's worked. I don't like to see the shot go left, and these clubs definitely look a little bit more upright than I would expect for a standard set of golf clubs. I've no idea how much these would be able to be bent by a fitter afterwards. A forged iron you can bend quite a bit upright or flat, but certainly from the 6 iron upwards, these are a hollow headed construction, so I don't know how much they'd be able to bend. It's also interesting you can get down to a 3 iron. I mean, I'll throw the price up here for an individual iron, so it might be worth, if you do have a spare bit of change, well, a big spare bit of change, to get one of these and see what it's actually like. Because I've got to be honest, I'm impressed again, I really am. These clubs, honestly, they've really taken me by surprise. It's so easy to hit. So I am very surprised at how much I'm enjoying these irons. Almost after the glowing review I gave the 500s, I'm not going to say, when you're reviewing stuff, I think you need to be guarded against your own bias. And I think because I enjoy using the 500 so much, I almost got these clubs out and thought, I'm not going to like them as much. But actually, they are really good. Like, they feel nice, solid, and they're flying so far, and they're very easy to hit, very easy to hit. Question is, what am I doing here? Because I reckon I could reach about the front edge. 3 iron. Yeah, and that was struck, like, it wasn't a good strike, it was quite a long way off the toe. If I'm going to be critical, the short irons don't look quite as good as the long irons, they're a bit weird, but minimal. Can I get a chip and run close? Life's great mysteries. How did they build the pyramids? Are aliens real? And can Pete get a chip and run close? Can he hit a green with a chip and run? The answer is no. No, he cannot. Oh, look at the trees, oh, blooming. Summer makes me so much happier. Yeah, I just got a little bit scared of that. It's downhill after the pin, but again, it's just another one of these putts short. Might have to spend a bit of time on the putting green. There's no excuse for missing putts on these greens. Anyway, back to the level, staying at level. 2 holes to go. What can we shoot? Make sure you comment below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, guys. Really helps us out. Or not, that's up to you. Just live your best life, you know, that's all I really want. So 3 iron again. This is fastly becoming my favorite club. At 19 degrees, it is effectively just a driving iron. It's a great one, man. So confident. I'm going to draw this, mate. I am. I'm going to draw it. I'm going to set it off right edge of the fairway and just let it meander back like a slowly dripping, rushing stream. The kind you find in the middle of a forest, you know. Ah, damn, the stream's changed direction. Get. Oh, stay there, stay there. Ooh. It's on top of a hill to the right. Oh, I think there was a beaver redirecting the stream halfway down there. 135 yards. Kind of thinking wedge, because these are strong. And plus that 9 iron still has the plastic on the grip. And it's got to the stage where I'm not quite in the mood to take it off. Also the ball is massively above my feet, so it's going to hook a bit. All right, keep the balance just over the right edge of that bridge. Nice and tall, just before the green, let it bounce on. Oh, slipped. Whew, just over the water. I didn't get myself properly settled then. Made the mistake of only bringing one drink out. Also, I only had 2 bagels for breakfast. It's just a litany of errors this morning. Come on, let's get this round finished. Come on, let's stay at level, come on. I tell you what, I mean, isn't it bounding on? And again, that actually wasn't too far away from where I was trying to land it. Obviously my feel and touch are a little bit off for the firm, nice summer conditions. Bring back November, that's what I say. Well, so I need to birdie the last hole, which, if you've not seen any of the vlogs from Reddish Vale yet, which is Alistair Mackenzie Design Golf Course, the last hole has the same elevation change as the last hole at Augusta, another Alistair Mackenzie course. The only problem is, rather than Augusta, which has a sweeping dogleg up to the right with a gentle incline, the last here at Reddish is down to the bottom of a ski slope and then up. And I wish I was joking, but I'm not. I'm sure that'd be like a black run. I've never been skiing before, by the way, so I don't know. Double black diamond, that'll be the run. So the last hole here, I mean, I've got a mini battle on my hands. So I think it's time to cue the dramatic music. I've never parred this hole. It's only 350 yards, but it is up the black run. It's time for Inesis to come to the party. If I par this, these irons are gonna get a review which will make them even blush. Like, it's gonna be that glowing. Little 5 iron, just dink it down to the bottom of the hill and then get it on that green. Oh, dear hell. Oh, it's a decent shot, so I've hit it hard. Bye. So Inesis 900 irons, get down into those comments below, let me know what you think, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, follow me on my other social media platforms, and I'm going to go straight back to Reddish to try and par the last hole.